So first image of this day, I'm at this new area, exploring out for wonder. Quite nice weather out, perhaps not the most photogenic weather, or the most photogenic place to be honest. I suppose it's a plantation woodland, because we have all these similar trees, straight as they can be. But I did notice a color shift among these trees. So we have these golden leaves. Then I noticed a smaller tree sticking out from all the other trees. And I found that quite interesting. It catched my eye. So I picked up the camera, had a wander around the place, and found this composition with the telephoto lens. So I'm just about at 70mm focused into the tree, and quite wide open, so f3.7, and a shot of 1/15 of a second. No filters, anything like that. It's incredibly flat lighting. Was hoping that the sun would poke through to the clouds. It did that for a moment before and just sided the tree, but I've been standing up for quite a bit now, and the sun has moved into, well, this thick cloud cover. I think it's quite a nice image though. Anyhow, I'm going to show you the composition and explain a bit more about it. So this is what I'm looking at. We have this, well, I think it's a plantation woodland, because you see we have all this similar tree all over the place. But then as you can see here in the middle, right about here, we have a splash of color. We have this smaller tree right around here, which is my main focus point of this image. But what did catch my eye was that color in the middle. As you can see, we have all these green grounds here, the mossy ground. And that contrast between the green and the yellow is quite nice. That was what caught my eye here. Then I had to wander around all the place here, and this was the best composition I could find. If we move back and have a look at the camera, if you want to wake up. There we go. If I kind of push you in there and try to focus on the screen, here is what I'm looking at. So you see I've framed in quite tight on that tree at around 70mm. Oh, I knocked it slightly. So there we are. I'm just going to lock the panel head of my tripod. There we go. So we have all this similar tree going over, and then in the middle we have this tree, and it's a nice little, well, something that catches my eye. Hope this image will turn out, and we'll see. So second image of this day. If you had said that when I got here that I would get two images, I would never believed it. So it was quite a boring woodland, a logging woodland, and it was just clear blue skies and quite harsh lighting. But then I moved into this nature preserve and things started changing. More interesting terrain and more interesting woodlands and trees around. And I started noticing these smaller trees that carry quite a lot of color now. So we are in October, so well in the autumn season. And I like these birch trees, these white birch trees, how they stand out to these greener trees in the background you can see here and behind me. So this scene I'm looking at here, at first I thought I could frame a composition using only that right-hand birch tree with a smaller tree with a lot of colors in it. But I couldn't make it I couldn't quite make it work. So I kind of worked the scene as I tried to do, and found a couple of more interesting trees towards the left, and it's quite a delicate composition, a lot of things going on. But I think this image just might work. I'm going to show you the composition on the camera now and talk a bit more about it. So, second image of this day, and it's a really quite delicate composition here. What drew me actually was the leaves out on the right hand here. That was what first drew my eye. I tried to frame up a composition using only that tree and that birch tree. But then I noticed this quite lovely smaller tree here and these 3 birch trees here, and I quite like that. I feel like this might be a tad too messy though. We have quite a lot of going on in this image, but I quite like the colors. I like especially the colors down on the right here. But I think there's kind of a balance there with these greens here and the yellow, and then we have quite like a yellow spark here. So I find there's quite a nice balance there. Remember, this is a 16:9. I think I'm going to zoom out a bit more. About there we have more of the final image. So today didn't go as planned. My initial thought was going out with my Rolleiflex and shooting some nice 6x6 black and white images. I ended up using my Fujifilm with a telephoto lens, just because it was quite clear that today would be all about colors, so I'm glad I packed the digital camera today. And I'm also quite new to this vlog YouTube thing. My idea behind this channel and my idea behind the YouTube is just bringing you along when I'm out in the field exploring photography, both analog and digital. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Do consider subscribing and giving it a like, it would mean a lot. Until next time, take care and bye.